Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Mastermind Chris Blue, and you are tuned into the Out the Blue podcast, the podcast where the conversation literally appears out the blue. And before we even get into the episode today, as you can already probably tell by my demeanor and the fact that you can't see me, this episode is going to take on a bit of a different tone than our previous episodes. You'll probably know, well, let me go ahead and say, because you ain't seeing this, my lady is not gonna be on this episode, and this episode is only gonna be audio only, because you know what I'm saying, that's the true nature and the true point, honestly, of podcasting is it's an audio platform first. But this episode isn't gonna have any video. It may not even get clipped up, honestly. Depending on how it goes, because I don't know about this one. So let's just get into it. I am horrifically sad at the moment. I'm very sad because someone I know who is gonna remain nameless out of respect to the family passed away, right? It's way too fresh for any clips of to come out about it, or any clips, and I feel like that'll be performative, because this episode isn't about that. But I just wanted to preface that beforehand, because I even hesitated to even record this shit, if you want to be honest. But one of my New Year's resolutions is to make sure that we consistently get something out with this podcast every week and be consistent. And I believe that art imitates life, and I will really believe that a podcast is an art form if done correctly. It is meant to be able to get, content to people through the audio space, just like radio, just like anything. And it is a place where people share ideals and just get their shit off. So, in the nature of that, I'm still continuing to do this episode because I have something to say. I have something to say, and I've been had something to say. So let's just get straight to it and not bullshit. Henderson, North Carolina. That is where I'm from. That is where I was born. That is where I had the most of my friends when coming up. That is where I went through some key developmental years of my life. That is where my mom and family once lived, and a lot of my family still lives there. That is a home for me, right? But just because it's home doesn't mean it feels like home to the outside world. I'm pretty sure that if you was to Google Henderson, North Carolina, just a quick Google search, violence is probably one of the first things that you're going to inquire and see. If you look it up on TikTok, it is for sure what you're going to see. And since I was a kid, Henderson has been a very violent place. It didn't really dawn on me that this shit wasn't normal until I went to college and asked people, hey, y'all don't have any people that died before y'all left high school? No, that's not really normal. We don't really have that over here. Oh, that's trauma. And that's trauma over a period of time. And trauma decontextualized over a period of time is what they call culture. And that's from Resma Minicum. So I say that to say, recently it's been I don't even feel comfortable in saying recently. That's how I don't even want to say recently it's been an uptick in violence in Henderson, because if you're a resident of Henderson, it probably feels like regular time. But to the outside world, it has been a uptick in violence in Henderson to the point where a baby, a little child was shot, right? There are people in this city that I know from growing up, and I'm an adult now. I'm a grown ass man now. And now it's to the point where people that I grew up with are directly being affected. It's my age group now. I guess maybe that's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? But that shit still is not normal. None of this shit is normal. And it is not okay. And another reason why I almost didn't record this shit is because we don't need no motherfucking podcaster just sitting and talking about it. But somebody needs to actually talk about it. Because Henderson is such a small city that you just think it's a blip on the map. But that's where the fuck I was raised. And I have a real interest in it being a place to where people can be and actually live and get their shit off and not have to worry about violence on a day in and day out goddamn basis. So this video isn't going to do shit, but put the words out there. This this episode isn't going to do shit, but put the words out there. I'm so sick of fucking being okay with niggas dying, bro. I am exhausted with the ideal that people around me are passing away left and right. Not even around me, but the fact that the fact that this pain that I feel isn't a new occurrence is a fucking is so irritating to me. Like, no one should be used to this shit. The fact that I just told y'all that a child knows what it's like to be shot is a fucking issue. You understand me? Like, this shit is not okay, but ever since I was a kid, this happened. Do you know the fact that I am out of, like, the fact that I can even tell people that before I ever got to college, I know at least 4 to 5 people that should be here but isn't, that happened in high school. That's not a normal fucking occurrence, my nigga. And this shit happens all the time. So again, like I fucking said, a podcast episode ain't gonna fix shit. But you can't tell me it isn't a direct correlation to the resources that is in the area. We don't need no motherfucking restaurant. We don't need no club. We don't need no hookah joint. We don't need none of that shit. We need therapists. Name a damn therapist in Henderson, North Carolina. Name a therapist's office. The fact that it would take you a Google search to do that is a issue, my nigga. And we can't be cool with that. My homie that ain't here no more, if he had the access to resources, if someone could have identified this problem before it ever got to this point, he would still be here. So my nigga, when I tell you that shit like this is the reason why you see this motherfucking podcast, bro, because I gotta make something out of it, my nigga. This gotta do something, because I'm so used to it not working. I can tell you so many bad examples. So I gotta be the good one. And the heavy is the head that wears the crown, my nigga. You can't do this alone, bro. Please get help, my nigga. Please, bro. Everybody. It's free therapy resources that you can use. Please do that. Because you can't go through this shit alone. You need a village. And I understand, especially if you come from Henderson, North Carolina, I understand that there is not a lot of good role models. It's not a lot of people that you can base this shit off of, bro. So be that. It don't have to be terrible. But my nigga, if you want some therapy, it is out there. Please go talk to somebody, bro. I'm begging you, my nigga. Everybody who listening to this shit, bro. And and this is another reason. Okay, so let's talk about it. This is another reason why I didn't want to have this shit on camera, because I knew I was gonna cry, bro. And I'm not that nigga that's gonna cry on camera. We had a clip about that shit. It's still lame to me, because it can be performative. But again, you need to hear my voice. People, please, man. Dog, man. It's just a lot, bro. There's so much. There are resources that you can use, people. Just look up free therapy resources. And my nigga, if you got a job, you can have your job, like insurance. I understand all that, but and it's hard to give a solution, because like I'm talking about insurance, and this nigga's insurance. They talking about insurance. What do you mean insurance? Nigga, I ain't got no job. And like it's so deep, bro. Like the trauma in this just little small area is so deep. And again, my nigga, talk to somebody, bro. Man. It's so much that I want to say. It's so much that I want to say, because this pain runs deep. The fact that all of this shit was on front, that like the fact that this pain is just so normalized in this area is just so crazy to me. But like I said before, it's a direct correlation to the resources in the area. Please call up. This is why shit like voting matters, bro. This is why shit like that matters. The democratic process that America claims to be, saying that this is the shit that you should do. This is why you need to call upon these people to do something. And my nigga, all right, so, and let's have a real nigga conversation, because this is a real nigga episode. If you know a nigga that's fucking up, bro, if you know a nigga that is out here fucking up this community, pull that nigga card, bro. Everybody knows who is doing shit out here, bro. And these niggas ain't ninjas. But somebody is saying that they don't matter, because fuck it, we thugging. That's not cool, bro. If you got an issue, there are easy ways to resolve this without it having to be some bullshit, bro. Why do niggas, like, and we got this whole, like, it's so many, why can't we develop some type of conflict resolution skills in this bitch, my nigga? Why does it always have to get to this point, my nigga? Why isn't this a new occurrence? Why is everybody acting like this shit is cool? Is it that deep? Is it that deep? Moral of the story, people. Please check on your people. Everybody that smiles at you isn't okay. Everybody that tells you that they are okay aren't always okay. Trauma decontextualized over a time period, significant time period, is culture. There is deeply rooted trauma in my city. And the only way that we gonna get through this is if we understand that there is much more than life than just some fucking beef, dog. We not gonna get through this if we can't get to that point. And if you can pour into the city, please pour into some resources for the city. It should be way more things that somebody can do before it gets too late. To the person that I referenced at the top of the video, the top of this podcast, is not no fucking video this week. I just want to say, you have no idea how influential you were to me as a kid. Just as somebody I knew as a kid. Hell, even up through really high school, honestly, just the aura and the energy that is behind who you was. You have absolutely no idea how influential that was to me. You were one of the most funniest people I have ever met in my life. And the world has had a grave disservice by you not still being here anymore. And I just wish that you knew just how much you impacted people like me's life. But my mistake was, I thought for sure that once I get old and niggas have a high school reunion or just some type of event in Henderson when we get older, that I can maybe one day tell you how influential you was. Cause my nigga, you were cold, bro. No one ever had anything bad to say about you. And I'm just so sorry, bro. I am. I wish that you had the resources that should be in an area so plagued by drama and tragedy. But that's another topic for another day. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm pretty sure you didn't see this episode coming, and I didn't either. We'll be back next week with some more happier shit, I promise. But I just had to. Until next time, everybody, please check on your loved ones and check on the people that you think are the strongest, because you never know what anyone's going through. Until next time, people.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.